my beautiful radiant Leo souls, gather close and let the world fall away. Can you feel that? A shift not in the ground beneath your feet, but in the very starlight that falls upon your skin. Something truly life-altering is being set in motion, a divine crescendo that will reach its peak this Sunday, November 9th. Pause with me for just a moment. Your future is no longer a distant, shimmering mirage on the horizon. It is arriving. It is coming not as a whisper, but as a profound, soul-shaking revelation. This will feel shocking by magnificent lions, not because it brings a storm of fear, but because it carries a truth so brilliant, so undeniable, that it will be like seeing the sun for the very first time. You will not be able to unsee it. If you have found your way here to this sacred space, to this very message, at this very moment, I want you to know with every fiber of your radiant being that this is not by chance. This is a divine appointment, a celestial summons. This is a call from the heart of the cosmos, from the spirit guides who walk beside you, and from the quiet, courageous prayers you've roared into the silence when you thought no one else was listening. There are days that pass like any other, painted in the ordinary colors of routine. But then there are days when the veil between worlds grows thin, when your soul, that powerful sun-filled core of you, knows that something enormous is stirring just beyond what the eyes can see. This Sunday, November 9th, is one of those rare and holy days. A sacred portal is opening, a gateway of cosmic energy. And if you are here, dear Leo, then this message has been divinely inscribed with your name. Your life is about to pivot, not in a way that throws you off balance, but in a way that finally aligns you with your true throne. You are being invited with grace and love into a new era of breathtaking clarity, heart-centered truth, and spiritual liberation. Today, my friends, we are not merely reading charts or repeating horoscopes. We are holding sacred space for something far deeper, far more profound. We are diving into the golden alignment between your soul's destiny and the wisdom of the stars. We are calling in the protective, truth-bearing energy of Archangel Michael and listening to the voice of the divine, whispering into the majestic chambers of your heart. This is not a forecast. This is a mirror. It is a moment to pause, to breathe, and to remember the magnificent truth your spirit already knows, that you, radiant Leo, were not born to remain stuck in a story that has grown too small for your light. That noble longing in your heart is not a weakness. It is your divine guidance, your soul's compass, disguised as a gentle ache. And if this message is already resonating deep within you, if you feel a stirring in your spirit, I want you to make a sacred pact with your own becoming. Please take a moment to comment below and declare to the universe, I am ready to face what my future holds. Your words are a golden key, and this declaration helps to unlock the frequency of blessings that are already rushing toward you. And if you have not already subscribed to Cosmic Wisdom, so that you never miss these divine messages crafted just for your journey. Now take another deep, intentional breath with me. Let your magnificent shoulders relax. Let your royal heart, which has been so brave and so generous, open to receive. Let's begin this journey together, shall we, my dear Leo, as we move deeper into this sacred transmission of energy and light. I invite you to breathe with me again. Not a shallow breath, but a full-bodied, lion-hearted breath that fills you from your feet to the crown of your head. Because what we are about to explore is not just a passing astrological alignment, it is a divine convergence of cosmic timing, emotional readiness, and your soul's powerful intention. This Sunday, November 9th, is not merely a date on a calendar, it is a vibrational doorway. It is a rare and precious moment when the stars above your soul within and the unseen rhythms of the universe all harmonize to sing the same glorious truth. You are ready for a different kind of power. This Saturday, the moon, in all her intuitive and gentle glory, will be transiting through the mystical waters of Pisces. Imagine this beautiful Leo. Your fiery, sun-ruled nature is being bathed in the soft healing and deeply spiritual waters of the cosmos. This is not meant to extinguish your fire. Oh no, it is meant to give it a new dimension. Your internal waters are being stirred with a grace and intensity that you may not be used to. Pisces is not just the sign of dreams and illusions, it is the sacred keeper of the spiritual undertow, the realm where everything that is unconscious, all the hidden emotions and unspoken longings, begins to rise gently to the surface, like a long-lost treasure you forgot you needed to find. This transit is designed to soften the edges of your magnificent roar, just enough to help you see, with profound compassion, what you may have been avoiding in your own heart. The moon in Pisces does not demand or command. It floats, it forgives, and it reveals truth through feeling, not force. Now let us layer upon this a second, even more potent cosmic influence. Neptune, the grand ruler of Pisces, the planet of divine inspiration, unconditional love, faith, and soul-level longing, is also at play. And it is not just floating in the sky, it is in a direct, powerful conversation with the North Node of Destiny. Think of it, my friend. The planet of your highest spiritual dreams is in dialogue with the very compass point that guides your soul's future. The North Node is your destiny, calling out to you from beyond the familiar path, from beyond the stage you thought you were meant to perform on. When these two celestial giants connect under a gentle Pisces moon like this, it is as if a shimmering golden veil is being gently pulled back from your life. This is the veil that has kept you caught in cycles that may have been beautiful, that may have felt safe and familiar, but are no longer aligned with the king or queen you are becoming. This is precisely why so many of you, magnificent Leos, may be feeling a sense of overwhelm right now. It may not be a crisis, not a dramatic fire that needs putting out. Instead, it might be a quiet ache in your heart, a confusing feeling that says, something profound is shifting within me, but I just can't name it yet. This, my dear friend, is the sacred medicine of divine timing. This alignment is asking you, inviting you to pause, to go inward, to reflect, and to consider what you have been carrying. Is it a crown of glory, or is it a crown of thorns? Is the role you're playing still meant to be a part of your glorious becoming, Leo? No sign in the zodiac understands the power of radiance and self-expression more intimately than you. You were born to shine. But here is the beautiful, subtle difference in the transformation being offered to you now. This time, the change does not need to come through a dramatic performance, through force, or through a painful roar for attention. It comes through a quiet surrender to your own heart. It comes through a radical honesty with yourself. It comes through the courageous choice to stop hiding from the deepest truths of your own soul. I want you to imagine this moment like a still, serene lake at dawn. The water is like glass, reflecting the sky. But deep beneath the surface, powerful currents are changing course. You do not have to thrash or stir the surface to prove that change is happening. You only have to trust that the profound shift is already underway. And while astrology shows us this timing with mathematical precision, the deeper, more resonant truth is that your soul has been waiting for this moment. It has been waiting for divine permission. Permission to let go of an old role. Permission to move forward into a new kingdom. Permission to say a resounding, heartfelt yes to the future that you have secretly felt you've outgrown waiting for. There is a line of sacred scripture that comes to my heart in this sacred space we are holding. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? This verse is not just beautiful ancient poetry. It is a description of energy in motion. You may not be able to see the full picture of your new kingdom just yet, but the new thing is already beginning to sprout. If you have been feeling an unexplainable pull to clean out your creative space, to release a relationship that demands you dim your light, to reconsider the stage upon which you perform your career, or to change a limiting belief about your own worthiness. This is not random, my friend. This is resonance. This is your soul, aligning with the cosmic currents. I know you are brave, Leo. Your courage is legendary, but sometimes the greatest act of bravery does not look like charging ahead into battle with a mighty roar. Sometimes true courage is sitting still in the quiet of your own presence, placing a hand over your heart and whispering, I am done pretending. I am done performing a role that no longer fits my soul. This moment, this sacred portal is your divine opportunity to stop replaying the loops that may have made you feel smaller just because they once felt safe or earned you applause. You do not have to burn bridges in a blaze of glory. You only have to begin crossing the new ones that are now appearing before you, shimmering with golden light. If something deep inside you has already started whispering about what needs to change, even if you haven't yet found the words for it, now is the time to honor that whisper. It is the voice of your soul. I want to invite you to do a small act of power right now. Share one word in the comments below, just one word that represents something you are ready to release. It might be doubt, performance, fear, insecurity, or even a name or a memory. One word is all it takes to begin untying the energetic knots that have bound you. This is your first sacred act of liberation. It is not dramatic or loud. It is a quiet, powerful covenant between you and the universe. And I will meet you there in that sacred space of release. My glorious Leo, you have already felt the stirrings, haven't you? The subtle shift beneath the surface of your life, that inner knowing that something magnificent, something long overdue, is finally arriving. That subtle pressure you might be feeling inside your chest, right in your heart center, that isn't fear, my friend. It is recognition. It is your soul recognizing the dawn of a new era. And this moment, the one you are living right now, as you receive these words, holds three powerful, shimmering messages from the highest energetic realms. These messages have been orbiting your path like loyal planets around your personal sun, waiting for this exact moment for you to pause and receive them. These are not mere predictions. They are mirrors reflecting your own inner truth. They are divine invitations, sacred alignments between what your noble heart has quietly asked for and what the universe is now finally ready to deliver. The first message emerges through the radiant energy of what I can only call divine recognition. This is not the fleeting conditional applause that the world hands out. It is not delayed or filtered through the ego of others. This is the kind of recognition that is written into the very rhythm of cosmic law. Universal divine recognition arrives not when you demand it with a roar, but when you have already been living the truth of your own light, even when no one was watching. And Leo, you have. Oh, how you have. You have loved with the magnificent generosity of the sun itself, often when no one was watching. You have stayed loyal even when it cost you your own energy. You have given your light, your warmth, your creativity, far more than was reasonable. And you have carried the burdens of others on your strong shoulders, all while remaining composed, regal, and patient. This divine recognition is not a reward, it is a return. It is the universe reflecting your own light back to you, amplified 1,000 times. And it is coming to you now because you have finally reached the vibrational frequency that calls it in. This is also a balancing of energy. Where you were once overlooked or taken for granted, now you will be truly seen. Where your light was once dismissed or found intimidating, now it will be respected and honored. This energy does not demand payback. It simply gracefully restores divine order to your kingdom. If you have been wondering whether the silence you've held, the sacrifices you've made for others, or the new boundaries you have finally begun to set have been acknowledged by anything beyond yourself, the answer is a resounding cosmic yes. You are seen. Not just by those around you, but by the very frequency of love and light that governs spiritual law. That is why this message had to find you today. Because you are standing on the very edge of a divine restoration of your light. The second message comes riding in with a glorious, unstoppable momentum. Imagine, if you will, a golden chariot, pulled not by horses, but by pure celestial light. This is not the version of the chariot that flees from a battle or escapes from a difficult situation. No, this is the chariot that you command. You are at the reins, my magnificent Leo. You are no longer being dragged along by circumstances or stuck in a mode of mere survival. You are being asked to consciously choose a direction, knowing fully and deeply that you are allowed to choose the path that honors your heart, your energy, and your soul's purpose this time. A door is reappearing before you. Perhaps it will take the form of someone from your past, a creative opportunity you once let go of, or a dream that was buried beneath the weight of duty and responsibility. But you have changed, Leo. You have grown, and now you get to decide whether to walk through that door with newfound power and wisdom, or to keep walking towards something even grander, something even more aligned with your sovereign self. There is no more clinging to what is familiar, no more waiting for proof or permission from others. This time you move because your soul roars yes, not because someone else begs you to stay. And then, my friend, there is the third message, one that is woven through the sacred language of numbers, colors, and the subtle whispers of the cosmos. Numerologically, this Sunday, November 9th, carries the powerful vibration of the number 10. In sacred numerology, 10 signifies completion, the end of a cycle closure, and the moment that destiny's wheel begins to turn in a new direction. You are not stuck. Your life is not standing still. This is your divine signal that the great wheel has already begun to turn. But you must align your internal frequency, your own thoughts and feelings with this cosmic shift to truly benefit from its momentum. I want you to feel called to wear the color gold or a radiant sun yellow if you can. These are the colors that carry the frequency of your power of royalty, of clarity, and of divine connection. Light a candle of the same hue. Let that beautiful flickering light become your visual prayer, a reminder that clarity does not come when we force it. It comes when we create a sacred space for it to dawn. Now place your hand over your magnificent heart and say these words aloud. With me, I lovingly release what dims my light. I reclaim my divine throne. I move forward in joy. This is not just a mantra, Leo. It is a vow. It is a sacred vow that you will no longer bargain away your precious energy in places where your glorious light is dimmed or unappreciated. And if you have been waiting for a sign from the universe to confirm that this is your moment, let this be it. Breathe into that shift. Then take one gentle, deliberate action to anchor it. Write a journal entry, record a voice memo to your future self, or simply leave a comment below declaring, I am open to receive my divine alignment. Let those powerful words be the golden bridge between the deep knowing in your soul and the new, radiant timeline you are now ready to walk. Because everything, my dear friend, is already in motion, and the next move belongs to you. My magnificent Leo, you have always had a quiet way of carrying the weight of the world on your strong shoulders, even while you shine so brightly. You love with a depth and a generosity that is truly breathtaking, often silently, and you give your warmth and energy even when it is not returned in kind. Because of this, you often walk a path that can feel invisible to others. Not because you are lost. Oh no, a Leo is never truly lost, but because very few people understand the profound emotional depth and the sense of responsibility you carry within that great heart of yours. This is the part of your journey that most people do not get to see. This is the part behind the curtain, after the applause has faded. It's the part where you hold space for everyone else while your own heart is quietly aching. The part where your unwavering loyalty becomes a heavy weight upon your own spirit. The part where your dignified silence becomes the only way you know how to keep your inner kingdom from crumbling. But right now, in this exact sacred season of your soul, something is shifting. The universe is not asking you to be stronger. It is not asking you to carry more. It is asking you to be softer with yourself. The profound healing your soul is crying out for does not require another grand sacrifice from you. It requires your own presence, your own gentle attention. And perhaps for a soul as giving as yours, that is the most revolutionary act of all, to finally prioritize your own peace. To finally turn to your own heart and ask not, what does the world need from me today, but to ask, my beautiful heart, what do you need from me right now? Sometimes, my dear friend, the most sacred and powerful healing begins with something incredibly simple. A quiet moment alone with your breath. A walk in nature where you let the trees speak to you instead of the endless thoughts in your mind. A warm meal eaten slowly with gratitude, not with urgency. Healing doesn't always look like dramatic breakthroughs or thunderous awakenings. Sometimes, it looks like the courageous decision to rest without feeling guilty, to say no without needing to provide a long explanation, to allow yourself to feel your own emotions without needing to justify them or perform them for anyone else. And that magnificent Leo is what this new chapter is asking of you. Not more effort, but more gentleness. Not a bigger performance, but a deeper presence. When we speak of spiritual healing, we so often look up toward the cosmos, toward sacred texts, toward the heavens. But what if your most profound healing was much closer than that? What if it lived right there in your ribcage, beating steadily behind your eyes, carried on the rhythm of your own breath? What if all it has ever asked for was your own loving attention, your own gentle presence, your own permission to finally begin? In astrology, Leo, you rule the heart, the center of love, creativity, and courage. But those are not just abstract words. They are real, lived experiences, like the moment you choose to love yourself first, for the very first time. The moment you stop performing strength for the crowd and start honoring the tender softness within your own soul. The moment you let go of the exhausting need to be understood by everyone and you begin the sacred work of understanding yourself. There is a practice I want to gently encourage you to begin this week. Just 7 minutes of stillness each morning. I know, for a fiery soul like yours, stillness can feel challenging. But this is not a performance. It is not a task to be checked off a list. It is a sacred pause, a quiet daily act of returning home to yourself. No music, no goals, no agenda. Just you and your breath. You may find that in that precious silence, the answers you have been searching for in the noise of the world begin to rise unforced from within your own heart. You may begin to feel your own radiant energy coming back home to you. If mornings are difficult, then let one meal each day become your temple. Eat in silence. Close your eyes between bites. Thank your beautiful body for still carrying you, for still being your loyal vessel, even when you have felt heavy. These small, consistent rituals become powerful anchors. They are gentle, loving reminders that healing is not something we must chase or conquer. It is something we allow, and it often comes when we finally stop running. You are not alone in this, even if it has felt that way. And no, you are not broken. You are healing. And healing takes time. It takes space, and it takes grace. You are allowed to be both a mighty lion and a gentle lamb. You are allowed to be both determined and uncertain. You are allowed to be a work in progress and still be completely worthy of unconditional love. That is not a contradiction, my friend. It is the glorious truth of being human. Let yourself be a living paradox. Let yourself be whole. If today's message is speaking to a quiet, tender place inside of you, if it is touching a part of you that you have been trying to hide or fix or perform your way out of, please do not rush past it. Write it down. Let it stay with you. Let yourself feel it just for a moment longer. And if you feel safe enough in this sacred space we have created, share one small sentence in the comments below. Not for attention, but as a sacred act of release. Because sometimes, my beautiful Leo, the simple act of naming your own truth is the very first step toward healing it. And you, magnificent soul, are so very ready.